Everyday superpower, yeah, Muppet, where we talk body language, relationships, game, biology, human psychology, and dynamics, and everything in between. Bruh, I'm going to talk to you today about a deepness, but I'm going to sum it up in easy words. I'm going to talk about your intuition. I'm going to talk about your gut feeling. And plain and simply, I'm going to say, trust it! Yin and yang, yeah? Yin and yang. You know the image, the circle. We got the half and the half. We got black and white. White represents the masculine, the light. Black represents the darkness, which is the woman. Right? In each of these halves, in this duality of each and every decision we make and action we make and thing we are, there are these two circles within each half, right? So in the white half of the yang with a G, yang like Chang, yes? We've got a black circle, yes? In the feminine, in yin, we have a white circle. That's representative of the masculine within the feminine and the feminine within the masculine, okay? So I'm talking about intuition today, and I'm saying you as a man have a feminine entity within you. What would Carl Jung call it? Carl Jung would call it the flipping... Is it the anima or the animus? You tell me. I think it's the anima. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But he spoke on the feminine within the masculine and masculine within the feminine. But what I'm saying is that you do have principles and the counterbalance that you need to understand and respect. Because most of these red pill idiots are gonna just say you have to be 100% masculine and you have to pretend to be that and you have to force that and you have to be this plastic character, this plastic nonsense character who is modeling themselves off of some idiot who's selling a course who doesn't live the life they lead anyway, right? Yes, the truth must be told. So you engage with your feminine via, or in one ways, I mean, you can engage with, if you're a creative person, you're feminine by default. Creativity is a feminine action and so forth. But we're not going to talk about that too much. I'm going to say one aspect, an element of the feminine is the gut feeling, the intuition. People talk on the woman's intuition. No! It's intuition as a whole because you have it yourself. When you see somebody and you don't like them and you have no reason to not like them, but you just think, I don't like that person, that's your intuition telling you that something is up with that individual. Now, I'm going to speak on so many degrees of this, but I'm going to tell you why you must trust your intuition. So, this is going to be where I start. I'm going to talk about body language and I'm going to talk about non-verbal communication. And there's two levels to this because we teach, or I teach, body language and how to read people non-verbally on this channel. To me, I'm educated and aware of the signs I'm reading when I read someone, when I look at someone, and that's internalized. I don't have to consciously perceive that at this point. I just know what I'm looking at when I see someone communicate or exist, full stop. But to the person who doesn't know that information, it'll be different, but they will still feel the same thing. So we still come together in unity and understanding that there's something up with this person. Now, let me tell you me, right? I'll see someone and my gut feeling will tell something is wrong with this person. They're a BS artist, they're a con artist, they're a liar, they're a deceiver, they're a violent person when they're trying to prove that they're not, they're a user, a manipulator, any kind of like deceitful, devilish character. My gut will tell you there is something wrong. My gut will tell me there is something wrong. And this is why. In body language terms, yeah, in this plane, in the physical plane, it's because there is a non-congruence between the persona they are putting on, i.e. the mask they are trying to put forth in the social realm, and the reality that exists through their non-conscious behavior. Yeah? What do I mean by that? I mean, a man might come to you and say, "Oh, I'm the best person in the world," or I'm looking to make you my wife, right? And I'm speaking in regards to a man speaking to a woman, or let's say, for example, because generally speaking, I'll be real with you. Yeah? I'll be real with you. You're not gonna get this feeling as much with women as you are with men, because men, you need to keep your eye on. They can be a lot more unpredictable than women. So it's more important you keep your eyes on men. You tell me if I'm wrong. Generally, you won't have a gut feeling about women to the same degree as you will do with men, because they're not going to trigger your survival mechanism to the same degree. But a man comes forth and he says, "Oh, yeah. Hey, how you doing, man? I really like what you're doing." But you think there's something up about this guy. It's because his verbal language does not correlate with his non-verbal language. His non-verbal communication is showing something different. He is sneering when he talks, maybe. His eyes are slanted in a expression of aggression as his brow comes down to defend his eyes, because that's what happens in relation to anger, or the micro gesture of anger as you prepare for a battle because you need to protect your eyes, or his nervous energy is manifesting in his feet, so he's a little bit jittery. You tell me how it manifests, but there is an unconscious hardwiring within you that is telling you that something is wrong about this person, because there is a disconnect between the message he is telling you and the message you are reading. This is game, and this is why you need to pay attention to how you feel about people, and honestly, take it as granted. Take it as a magic gift, a spiritual gift from the heavens above that lets you understand that you shouldn't deal with specific people. Cut them off. If you have a bad feeling about someone, there's a reason. If you can't verbalize and consciously understand why you dislike someone, just go with it. Cut them off. Do you think I care if you do or don't? Not really. I know what I would do. I'd say, my gut feeling is telling me that for a reason, and that's a survival mechanism. My survival instinct that is hardwired from the ancestries that have come before me to the primitive realm is telling me that I should not deal with this individual, so I'm not gonna. Yes? In the spiritual sense, we're taking it to a higher plane now. Where do we go? There's something that needs to be said, and I've forgotten what needs to be said. But yes, let's say spiritual, i.e. subconscious. The water as opposed to the earth. Within the realms of the back of your mind that you can't consciously perceive or grab, there is a message that is being expressed, that has pushed forth to your conscious mind, that has made you feel uncomfortable about this person. You could have repressed memories from a millennia ago, right? From a decade ago, from 2 decades ago, from 3 decades ago. You could have had such a harsh experience with a person, if not them, that you should have had such a harsh experience that your brain has shut off the access of that information to protect yourself from harm, psychological damage and harm. So you've repressed it into the back of your mind. That you see this individual and then, you haven't got this conscious message that the reality is this person reflects an individual in your life who has been an incredible nuisance and has psychologically damaged you as a child. But your gut is telling you, your gut, which is your second brain, right? The sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, around these areas, this spiritual level. It's telling you, wait a minute, I feel uncomfortable about this person. Which perspective do you want to look into this for me to tell you that that is a real message? Your subconscious is giving you a little hint saying it's too deep and too concentrated a message for me to tell you. I just want to give you a little hint that you don't want to deal with this person. And this is when I talk about nonverbal communication, when I talk about message as a whole, and when I talk about economics. That which is minute, that which is 1 as opposed to 10, as opposed to 20, 30, 40, 100, 100 million. That which is 1, this tiny little minute situation, has more concentrated energy and emphasis than that which is like tenfold or hundredfold, that is spread thin. When you read people and look at people and you see just this one gesture that is abnormal, that's more important than an individual who is repeating the same awkward gestures 20 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, right? That one odd situation should have the weight and the emphasis that encapsulates the message 100 million times, instead of you having to catch on the 50th time or the 100th time. Do you know where I'm coming from? This is economics. That which is scarce is valuable. And that message is valuable. You get that twinge in your stomach, in your chest area. Your gut feeling tells you something is up here. Something is up with that person. Pay attention to that. Don't wipe it to one side. Don't just say, you know what, initially I felt a little uncomfortable about it. But the moment he sold himself to me, you know what, I felt it was all right. Don't get to that position. Don't let them sell themselves to you. Be naive. Don't be naive. That's a dumb statement. That's a dumb statement. Be pessimistic is what I'm trying to say. I gave you the complete wrong thing. We got naivety and pessimism. Go from naivety and being dumb, get beaten down, get abused, get flipping used and manipulated and sold bullshit to the degree where you become pessimistic. Yeah, because once you enter this point, you don't become naive again. Pessimism is a defense mechanism through your experience in life, if not your ancestors' experience in life, if not the messages and the teachers you've been told. Listen to your intuition, listen to your gut feeling, listen to your feminine within your masculine. Game! Click like and subscribe. Peace.